Okay, so today is today's Wednesday. I don't know the exact but look at my phone. So it's Wednesday the 22nd. And so what I got today is the concrete. So I've got the concrete to fill in these holes and lock this thing in place, and this thing still looks as good as I left it, so I'm glad about that. So I'm going to start on this side because these are really where the holes are at, and basically on this side I might actually have to come up with some kind of a form to kind of build kind of like a pad, because it's really just some kind of a structure to kind of encase these things. This one's actually a hole on this side. Those two are not. So I'm still on the fence about if I need to do that. If I should do that, I might do that just to lock it in place, but we'll see. So at least I'm going to start off with these first 4 of these 3 on this side, and then the other one that's actually a hole. And then I'm going to go from there. Not too bad. Not really going for perfection here, but just trying to, do what it needs to do. Obviously, I'm not putting any rebar or anything in it. I might have to do some rebar on if I decide to pour concrete on the other side, because if it's much more of a pad, I will have to maybe strengthen that pad, because it'll only be about 2 to 3 inches deep or thick. So I would maybe have to throw a couple pieces of rebar or something in there. But for right now, with these holes, I'm just filling them with concrete because I just want it to kind of get locked in. So 1 down, and we'll go 2 for now, and then we'll decide on the last one. I might not have enough concrete, so let's take a look. This might have shut off already, but that's pretty much it. Those 3 80-pound bags, I think, were just enough. And I didn't need these to be deep or anything, so I was able to get that. Have enough left over for that one. This one didn't need to be deep. The whole reason I'm adding concrete was just to lock a lot of this stuff in and just further stabilize the structure. So this is gonna do what it needs to do. And on this side, same thing. This isn't gonna be an issue, structural issue or anything like that, because this is not a this isn't a building or a structure that's holding things up. Even if things move, these things are locked in pretty good. And so I don't necessarily need concrete on this side, but what I poured will do its job. and that's pretty much it. Just gonna clean up some of the equipment, and that'll be it for the concrete pouring. So it's not too bad, you know. Usually you kind of just want to get through it once you get started, so that's what I did. I didn't take any breaks, so I just wanted to get it all locked in, and now it's all done, and I can, you know, go about whatever else I can work on today. And this thing is all done. Just gotta let it cure up over the next, you know, few days, and I'll be able to take these braces off, and that'll be that. So the one thing about when you build something, especially outside, that's always exposed to the elements, you know, regardless of, you know, pressure treated lumber, you know, deck screws, structural screws, all that stuff, there's always stuff that there will always be ongoing maintenance that needs to happen. And so I noticed this board. Look at that. Actually, that's interesting. I don't even know if this board had screws in it. Huh. That's really interesting. Can't imagine I would have missed that unless it worked itself up. So this is probably definitely gonna split, but I'm gonna run it backwards. That is really interesting. I wonder if it did work its way out. Huh. Well, so there's always little things like that, you know, especially if you install things like this. All of this stuff was installed with 16 gauge finish nails. So over time, it's just gonna work itself out. So I'm gonna pop some screws into any of these boards that might be a little bit loose. And anyways, that was just one thing I thought I would bring up, is that, you know, anything that you build outside, regardless of the proper materials that you use, you know, everything's always going to need some type of maintenance, whether or not that is, you know, something just appearance wise, you know, restaining something or repainting something. There's always an ongoing maintenance that needs to happen to take care of things. And so that is just a part of the building process. And sometimes, you know, you do one thing and it works for a time, but then, you know, you determine that there's maybe a weakness you need to beef up, and that's what you have to do. And so I think sometimes people will, you know, build something and think, hey, that's it, that's all I need to do. But you do need to keep an eye on things, make sure things are still in good standing. And because, you know, if there's something that maybe is a pergola, something like that, that's starting to rot, then obviously you need to, you know, repair that, just so it doesn't, you know, hurt someone when it eventually fails. And so that is just an ongoing part of building, especially things outside, because there will always need to be some kind of maintenance involved in order to, you know, take care of what you got. And that is just the way it goes, but it also will always give you something to do. So it's Friday morning, and this concrete's pretty much all cured up, so thing's nice and locked in there, so you can pretty much pull off those braces and switch gears a little bit. So I think we're going to take these braces off. So I've been waiting on that for a while.